Honey is the only food that does not seem to spoil. Honey can last up to 3,000 years unspoiled. Coconut water can be used as a substitute for blood plasma in the case of an emergency. To make 1 pound of butter, 29 cups of milk are required. Cucumbers and tomatoes are fruits. A can of Pepsi has 41 grams of sugar. This amount is about 7 teaspoons of sugar. The food that people crave the most is cheese. It takes only 7 minutes for our brain cells to start reacting to the consumption of alcohol. McDonald's is the largest buyer of beef, pork, and potatoes, and also the largest buyer of chicken in the world. Every year, its order for French fries makes up to 8% of America's entire potato crop. Coffee has about 5 times the amount of caffeine as a can of Coke. 40% of the almonds in the world are used by manufacturers of chocolate. The average strawberry has about 200 seeds on it. The most expensive spice in the world is saffron. A pound of this hard to harvest and complicated spice costs about US $1,800 and US $6,500 per pound. Frozen food can be just as nutritious as freshly harvested food. Approximately 71 million pounds of chocolate candy is sold during the week leading up to Easter holiday. By contrast, only 48 million pounds of chocolate is sold during Valentine's week. However, during the last week of October leading up to Halloween, a whopping 90 million pounds of chocolate candy is sold. The first soup was made from hippopotamus and dates back to 6000 BC. There are over 1 billion people that are actively involved in the cultivation of rice. Pumpkins contain vitamin A and potassium. Stalks of sugarcane can grow up to 30 feet in length. There are over 640 different shapes of pasta. Surprisingly, lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. Peanuts are actually not a nut. They're really legumes. Black pepper is the most popular spice in the world. There are over 500 different types of bananas. There are many different types of cheese, with around 510 different varieties recognized by the International Dairy Federation and over 1,000 by Sandine and Elliker. The method most commonly and traditionally used is based on moisture content, which is then further narrowed down by fat content and then the ripening or curing methods used. Nowadays, chickens contain 269% more fat than it did 45 years ago. Apples are part of the rose family. The most stolen food item in the world is cheese. Nutella was invented during World War II when an Italian pastry maker mixed hazelnuts into chocolate to extend his rations of chocolate. Only one McDonald's in the world has turquoise arches. In Sedona, Arizona, it's thought that the yellow clash with the natural red rock. Chock full of nuts coffee doesn't really contain nuts. It was given that name because the founder converted a chain of nut stores into coffee shops. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Well, the world may never know, but on average, a licking machine made at Purdue University needed 364 licks. The first people to harvest chocolate were the Mocoya and other pre-Olmec peoples who lived in southeast Mexico around 1000 BC. The word chocolate is derived from the Mayan word zocolotl, which means bitter or sour drink. People who are feeling depressed will eat about 55% more chocolate than their non-depressed counterparts. Chocolate has become one of the earliest American exports when, in the early 16th century, both Cortes and Columbus brought cocoa beans back to Spain. The Food and Drug Administration (FDA) is debating a proposal to allow candy makers to substitute vegetable oil for the traditional cocoa butter. Dark chocolate has been shown to be beneficial to human health. However, milk chocolate, white chocolate, and other chocolate variants are not. For dark chocolate to be beneficial, cocoa or chocolate liquor should be the first ingredient listed and not sugar. Once reserved for elite people, chocolate became available to everyone because of the technological advances of the Industrial Revolution. However, as chocolate became increasingly popular in America and Europe, thousands of people were used as slaves to mine cocoa. Quakers such as George Cadbury had amassed a great fortune producing drinking chocolate as an alternative to alcohol. In 1875, Swiss Daniel Peter found a way of mixing condensed milk manufactured by his friend Henry Nestle with chocolate to create the first milk chocolate. In 1879, Swiss Rudolf Lindt discovered conking, which is an essential process in refining chocolate. He discovered it by accident when his assistant left a machine running all night. Researchers have found no link between acne and the consumption of chocolate. In fact, German researchers suggest that flavonoids in the chocolate absorb UV light, which helps to protect and increase blood flow to the skin, ultimately improving its appearance. The largest cuckoo clock made of chocolate can be found in Germany. Scientists suggest that dark chocolate boosts the memory, attention spans, reaction times, and problem-solving skills by increasing the flow of blood to our brain. It's also found that dark chocolate can improve our abilities to see in low contrast situations, such as in poor weather, and promote lower blood pressure. A lower blood pressure has positive effects on levels of cholesterol, platelet function, and insulin sensitivity. Mayans used chocolate in baptisms and in marriage ceremonies. It was sometimes also used in the place of blood during ceremonies. Mayan emperors were often buried in jars of chocolate by their side. According to Aztec legend, the god of Quetzalcoatl brought cocoa to earth but was cast out of heaven for giving it to human beings. As he fled, he promised to return one day as a fair-skinned, bearded man to save the earth. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. The subscription link is in the video description below. Subscribe.